They're the people who bring you the world, whether it's the first step.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Or the final catch.
Pass is intercepted at the goal line.
The first glimpse of a disaster.
Let's go!
Or the last-minute warning.
Get to shelter right now.
It's broadcasters who bring the message. In times of joy and unspeakable horror, we are there. But who is there for us?
We were in the honeymoon phase and enjoying married life. Just moved into a new place, unpacking the wedding presents.
Your love gets sweeter every day. Your love gets sweeter every day.
I was involved in a really freaky accident on the way to work. I got hit by another guy's tire on the interstate.
Work was WSPA TV in Spartanburg, South Carolina, where Jimmy Moore was a photojournalist.
On August 8th, Jimmy was in his news vehicle on Interstate 85 when an accident happened several cars in front of him.
I remember hearing the helicopter, first responders, asking me my name, if I could, move my arms or legs.
His wife, Jamie, a nightside producer at the station, got a call from a coworker.
He's being life-flighted. That's never good. I was actually stuck in traffic from his accident. I was maybe a mile or two behind him.
When Jamie got to the hospital, the news was not good.
They did tell me not only would he be paralyzed, most likely, but he would also have trouble breathing on his own.
And when I kind of got the news, it was like, okay, what do we do now?
What they did was make the best of it. Months after they walked down the aisle, the couple moved to Atlanta, to Shepherd Spinal Center, in hopes that Jimmy might walk again.
When we got married, we had things that we wanted to do. And I know this isn't what she signed up for. This isn't what anybody signed up for. And I'm lucky she's adapted, but sometimes, it was like, are we gonna be able to get close to that life that we planned? And we're stubborn, so I think we will.
We will.
We will. We'll find a way to do it. But it's definitely a harder path.
A path made easier by the Broadcasters Foundation of America.
That's when I got a call from our news director, actually, who said, there's this foundation that I think can help you. And they said, you guys have been approved. We're going to help you financially every month. And it was just an awesome moment. We were like, that is a huge relief. We can breathe a little bit.
Broadcasters Foundation support has allowed the Moores to move into an apartment big enough to accommodate Jimmy's medical equipment, to get the nursing help they need, and most importantly, to live. Vince Toscano's family has plenty to worry about, too.
It's Solano Duane Auto Plaza's 6th annual tent sale.
Vince lived for broadcasting. He was the general manager of his college radio station and later program director at WSUS-FM in New Jersey, where he met his future wife.
Have you heard where your brother is? Have you heard from him?
I talked to him about 15 minutes before Tower 1 collapsed.
He was on the air the morning of September 11th.
I advised him to head north. I sure wish I could hear from him.
Like so many in his listening audience, Vince had a direct connection to the tragedy unfolding in Manhattan.
He was always looking out for everyone else and making sure everyone was happy before himself. He would always be the first volunteer for any charity event.
Vince and Liz had a baby. Life was good. And then something strange happened.
He was walking down the stairs after Thanksgiving dinner and holding Alyssa, and he fell down the stairs. Couldn't tell that he was hurt. He didn't act as though he was hurt, but he looked scared. A few weeks after that, he was really having a hard time walking. He was at the point where he was using a cane.
It turns out it was cancer.
Dendritic cell sarcoma. There was only 15 diagnosed cases ever in the world, and he was the first in the U.S.
Just weeks earlier, Liz Toscano had been diagnosed with thyroid cancer.
I did the best that I could for my family. It was a struggle every single day, but thankfully, we were able to get the help from the Broadcasters Foundation of America. Because if I didn't have that help, the weight of the financial stress might have made it a lot harder for our family to endure everything that we did.
Liz beat her cancer, but Vince didn't. He died at 37, leaving behind a wife, 3 stepchildren, and a 3-year-old daughter.
Where do you think your family would be without the Broadcasters Foundation?
What it does for families, the beneficiaries, it allows us to focus on healing, not just physically, but mentally. To lose your home, not be able to pay for even the basic necessities sometimes, it's a little rough. It really is. And the Broadcasters Foundation makes it so that you can focus, you can get better, you can take care of your family.
Chances are we'll find a new equation. Chances roll away from me. Chances are they hope to be.
For more than 65 years, the Broadcasters Foundation of America has been providing critical financial support for broadcasters in need. We're entirely funded by donations, and no demonstrated need is ever turned away, whether it's a one-time grant or ongoing support. Like the families you've seen here, more than 1,000 broadcasters have received our assistance.
But we can't do it alone. Our ability to answer those calls depends on your answering our requests for support. If any part of your life is comfortable because of the broadcast profession, one way to express your gratitude is by giving to the Broadcasters Foundation of America. You truly can, as Churchill said, make a life by what you give. And speaking of making a life, little Spencer Rosalind Moore was born October 29, 2014. A blessing in so very many ways.
The hopes you have, you know, one day maybe walking again or using your arms or just doing stuff. After 3 years, I've kind of realized that some of those may just not happen. That little thing right there has been a blessing. That's all I need in the morning, no matter how bad things get. That's all I've got to do is see her. And my hope is that I could, even in this condition, be able to provide some stability for her. Because, I mean, it's not all about me now. I got that little one right there to look after.
Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high.
On Jamie Moore's blog, she begins with a quote from Helen Keller. Although the world is full of suffering, it is also full of the overcoming of it. Your support of the Broadcasters Foundation can make sure that is true.
Every little bit helps, and we're kind of living proof of that.
Thank you so much for the support for my family, for everyone's family. We hope that your continued support will help not just us, that helps other broadcasters that truly need help, because it's hard when you almost feel like sometimes you don't have a place to turn. Thank you so much. I can't even tell you what you've done for my family.